welcome to the Narrowing Path, walking the spiritual walk. My name is Steve Van Eiderstein, and thank you for joining me for May 1st reading of James Allen's Daily Meditations. I'm looking forward to seeing what May brings. Just a heads up, it looks like it's more in that poetry fashion that we've had the last 2 days, which I've really enjoyed, actually, so we'll see what it brings. This will be fresh to you and fresh to me, meaning this will be the first time I hear this reading on the podcast today as I read it. So you'll get my genuine response, reactions, observations, and what I relate to about the reading. So here we go. Let's see what May starts us out with. So here's May 1st of James Allen's Daily Meditations. Comfort ye, the heights of blessed vision ye shall reach. Actually, this has a name. Looks like it has a name here for some reason, but Aeolus. I know that sorrow follows passion. Know that grief and emptiness and heartaches wait upon all earthly joys. So am I sad. Yet truth must be, and being can be found. And though I am in sorrow, this I know. I shall be glad when I have found the truth. Then there's a response from a prophet, it looks like. There is no gladness like the joy of truth. The pure in heart swim in a sea of bliss, that evermore nor sorrow knows, nor pain. For who can see the cosmos and be sad? To know is to be happy. They rejoice who have attained perfection. These are they who live and know and realize the truth. He findeth truth who findeth self-control. And that's the end of that one. That was definitely different. So we had a little bit of the back and forth, actually. I don't know where that name comes from. Eolaus. Aeolus. I'm assuming that's how that's pronounced, but that's interesting. I mean, I've got to read this one again because of the formatting. I'm interested in seeing how this breaks down, right? So here we go. The opening line, comfort ye, the heights of blessed vision ye shall reach. Now, this is just a word of encouragement. Hey, you're on your way. You're on the path, right? Comfort ye, the heights of blessed vision ye shall reach. You will get there. Have faith that you'll get there. Have confidence in the steps you're taking to actually show up and to arrive there, all right? So that's what that's kind of aiming for here is comfort ye, the heights of blessed vision ye shall reach. And then now we go into the speaker or the character. I'm sure that has significance, but I just don't know what it is. Again, I'll spell it Eolaus. Aeolus. I don't know. All right. And this is who's speaking now. I know that sorrow follows passion. Now, I guess that's true, right? When we pursue things based purely on emotion, when we pursue things based purely on passionate drives, emotional drives, it almost always results in pain, sorrow, loss. It's been my experience. Know that grief and emptiness, know that grief and emptiness and heartaches wait upon all earthly joys. So these opening two lines really are kind of getting to the fact that if you rely on the material world to bring you joy, if you rely on your passions to bring you happiness, they will fail you. They're always going to be followed with sorrow, grief, emptiness, heartache. And when you realize this, so this seems like a point of realization this Aeolus is having, this character is having. And he follows both of those statements with, so am I sad. So it's like he's just getting this understanding, right? Like he's like, this understanding is coming to him in this moment. Just like it's came to me. Like when life has pain, like when I pursue things of this nature, it hurts. And I realized that before I realized there was a way out. Yet truth must be, and being can be found. So there's hope there. He's hopeful that the truth must be and being can be found. So there more can be found than these things, these earthly pleasures, these pleasures of the flesh. Maybe is a way to call it. And though I am in sorrow, this I know, I shall be glad when I have found the truth. So this is encouragement. This is the character saying, I'm going through these things. I've realized these earthly things cause these pains. The material world causes sorrows and griefs and heartaches and all these things. But I know there's truth, and I know there's more to this. Now, that's important. To know that there's truth and know there's more to it. And here he says, I shall be glad when I have found the truth. When we find the truth in our sufferings, the suffering disappears. I don't know if it disappears, but it lessens at least. And it begins to process through us. That's amazing. Honestly, that's an extremely important thing. And now we have a prophet's response. There is no gladness like the joy of truth. And that's the truth. That's my truth. When you understand and get the true perspective of truth, when you get the perspective of it's going here, there's no better joy than that. There really isn't. When you can sit there and just be excited about that. It's just like, wow, this is what this is talking about. This is how this is going to go. Okay. It's a whole different thing. You know, this is when you learn the lesson you're supposed to learn, there's relief. There's understanding and it gives you a tool to further your journey, right? Because now you can see your motivations, or you can see the truth of a situation, and you can take the appropriate actions instead of falling into our own passionate desires or sinful ways, whatever it might be. The pure in heart swim in a sea of bliss. When we have just joy and love being our intention and what we hold in our soul, a sea of bliss is what he promises here, what he says will occur. You know, freedom from worry and doubt. That freedom, it's a beautiful thing. That it's such. I thought it was such an elusive thing, actually, but it turns out it's really not. There's a very clear path to getting it, and it's following this spiritual lifestyle. Oh, there's a second part to that. The pure in heart swim in a sea of bliss that evermore nor sorrow knows, nor pain. So sorrow, that sea of bliss. When we know the truth, we're swimming in that sea of bliss. Sorrow knows not. We know not sorrow. We know not pain, right? Because we're detached from all of this material world, not like aloof from it, but we're understanding that does not hold the things we want it to hold for us. The material world does not have the joy in it. We don't need the material world to give us these things anymore. So the sea of bliss, the truth knows no pain nor sorrow. For who can see the cosmos and be sad? I guess that's true. When you can look up and just see the stars, right? There's a just sense of wonder. And you feel small. To know is to be happy. That's it. That sums up so much. To know is to be happy. To know motivations, to know what's going on in a situation, to know the truth of a situation that has caused you pain and sorrow. There's joy in that. There's happiness in that. There's peace. There's steadfastness in that. Right? There's strength in that. They rejoice who have attained perfection. Rejoice. Like when I find a truth, when I come to an understanding, I rejoice. I find relief. I find freedom. I find joy. It's something to be celebrated, I believe. It really is. They rejoice who have attained perfection. That purification, that conquering of self, right? It's a huge undertaking. It's a massive undertaking. But when we get there, there's nothing to do but celebrate and enjoy that sea of bliss and that strength and that calmness and peace that comes along with it, and just be able to walk through life with your head up high and understanding what's important and what's the right actions to be taking. These are they who live and know and realize the truth. So, who have attained perfection, these are they who live, know, and realize the truth. When we know this spiritual path, when we live this spiritual path and we realize the truth, we see these in our daily lives. We see it as we go through. And I'm not the best at that, to be honest. I still get caught up in my own selfish and self-centered perspective, self-serving perspective. But when I can stop and I can actually fulfill those things, who live, know, and realize the truth, and I can practice that way of living, my life is just so much smoother and so much better. And it's such a beautiful reality to be in. That's for sure. And this is the last line here. And I really like how he ends it, because it's how to get here, right? He findeth truth who findeth self-control. Truth does not lead to self-control. We have to practice self-control first. We have to withhold ourselves from taking the same actions we normally would. And when we can do that, that's the beginning of the journey to really, truly finding truth and understanding. So, well, that was a interesting first reading. Maybe we'll look up that name, and really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. It's the recognition of one, that the world brings pain, and the testimony of a prophet stating, when you know truth, there will be no pain. It's a pretty substantial, pretty impactful message today. Encouraging, for sure. So, but thank y'all for joining me today. I really do appreciate it, and everyone who's listening. If y'all have any other or if y'all would like to continue to follow me on Facebook and give us a like and a follow when you get over there. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible, and also, of course, right here on Spotify. So I appreciate everyone that's jumping on the listen. So until next time, thanks.